Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and do you like a good story, a book, or do you know someone who likes books? Well, I have a fun project that's going to involve quilted books. And this project also comes with a story. This project today is all because of this book. Now, I have already read this book, and I did do a podcast with Ayelet. It was a fun podcast, and it was a great book. And recently, I've been talking to my girlfriend from Maywood Studios. She is in the middle of reading this book. And because of it, we have designed a project. Now, this is a table runner, and it's all books. So Michelle has designed this from Maywood Studio, and I'm going to make it. And you can see the colors go great together. It's going to be a fun project. It doesn't take a lot of fabric. The whole key is going to be keeping all of these fabrics organized. So I'm going to have some tips on keeping it organized. And we do have just a few little flying geese, and I'm going to share my favorite technique to make perfect flying geese, nice and flat, and they sew together perfectly. Now there's a lot of odd shapes in this pattern. We have little pieces, long pieces. So to do this, it's really important that we stay organized. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick out all of the colors that I want. And then I'm going to put them in order of the cutting directions. So I'm matching them up with fabric 1, 2, 3, and so on. And I'm going to label them. Now, there are different things that you can get to label these. These big clips are these alphabet clips, and you can get those from the Fat Quarter Shop. You can also get little pins that are marked, or you can make your own. I've just taken big pins and have glued on alphabet beads. So each of these fabrics are labeled the same as the pattern. And then when I go through the directions, it will tell me how to cut things. For example, fabric 1, I'm going to need pieces A, B, C, and so on. So I just put those clips right on the fabric as I'm reading that pattern through. And I'm going to do that to all of the pieces. Now when I go to cut, I know exactly what pieces need to be cut from each color of fabric. If you don't have these big clips, you can mark your pattern. So I take the pins and I put them right in that pattern. So as I'm finished cutting each piece, I'm going to take the pins out and I'm going to put them right in that cut fabric. So when I'm done, I should have no pins left here. They should all be identified in the cut pieces. So if I've used my pins that I've just crazy glued that little bead on, it's going to look something like this. And the clips will look like this. However we mark them, marking them is really important. So to start these, what we're going to do is make a series of these book spines. So the books went together easily just by putting those pieces together. Then the directions go in and have us put those books together in units. We're going to put those units together with some plant blocks. We're going to have a white pot, so we're going to add on a little trim on that white pot. And then in the corners, to make that pot look a little bit round, we're going to do a stitch and flip method. So we're putting on squares. We're going to draw a line from corner to corner, and then we're going to stitch right on those lines. We're going to be able to trim off that little extra, and then when we fold this back, we don't lose a size. We just have replaced the corners right here with those triangles. So now it has more of a bowl shape. Now that the bowls are done, we're going to need 2 bowls and we're going to make some plants. But both of those plants need to be done with a flying geese method. And I have a really easy way of making these go together perfectly and lie flat. And both the small and the large will be done the same way. I'm going to do that same method where we're going to draw a line from corner to corner on our background fabric. So most directions will have you take this and press it and then trim off the bottom. I like to press before I trim, and I'm going to press it with the seams open. Pressing it before is going to help this not stretch out of place. So I'm going to take that square, lift it up, and I do not press with an iron. I'm just going to press right here with my fingers. And now I can trim off that extra. And you can see where this is already starting to open flat, and that's exactly what I want. Now I'm going to do the next side. I'm going to do that same pressing. Now I'm going to trim off that seam allowance. And once that's trimmed off, open that seam up. Now there's one other thing I do, and it's right here at this point. You're going to see a little triangular piece, and that's that last piece that we pressed over. I'm going to leave the threads, I'm just going to take them apart so that little point is up. So in my case, the green seams are all going down and all of the gray seams are going up. When you feel that, you're going to feel that it is very flat. So when you flip it over, you can see really how flat that is. Now when you go to stitch this row, there's no bulk here. So it's going to lay flat, it's going to press easy, and you're going to be able to get right to that point. So here's what that point looks like. And when you open it up, you can see how perfect that little point is, and there's no extra thickness right here. I now have perfect little points for my plants. I'm able to put this all together now. They're all the same length, so we can put them together any way we want or follow the pattern. My bookshelf is done. I just need to put that final border on, and that border is this beautiful striped fabric. My book table runner is now done. I love the colors. It matches perfect with my girlfriend's book, so I just need to get this quilt done so that I can send it to her so it'll match her books on her bookshelf. It was a lot of fun to make, and there's so many different possibilities. We could embroider on it, we could change the color of the books, change the sizes, and just have fun. Perfect for a book collector or someone who just loves a good read. I'd like to thank Michelle for the free pattern from Maywood Studios, and as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.